Hey there, friends. We're excited to open up registration for the OSR Academy, the Outside Sales Rep Academy, custom built for the lumber and building material industry. A couple years ago, we found ourselves working with many clients, working with individual sales reps who were struggling or failing or were on their way to either improve or to be fired from the business. We found ourselves over and over in the same situation, coaching what we described as the sales fundamentals: goal setting, time management, pipeline management, and prospecting. And instead of investing the time at the end when things weren't going on and people were frustrated, our thought was, what if we went and created an academy, a school, a program that was under 12 months that taught these things ahead of time? So by the time we put a sales professional on the road, we had the confidence that they would be able to compete, win new business at high margins, and enjoy selling in this industry. Over the course of the last 10 months, we've had 16 fantastic individuals that we have worked closely with, online and off, through this entire program that included 2.5 days at our annual Sales Fundamentals Workshop. Each of these 16 individuals have shown incredible promise, and 4 of them have already gotten promoted into outside sales roles and are succeeding. So while it's been gratifying to see these 16 individuals grow over the course of the last 10 months, what's been even more gratifying is talking to their sales managers and their executive leaders who've talked about the growth that they have seen with their colleagues and, more importantly, with their customers and the prospects in the industry. So in a couple of videos, we are going to open registration for OSR Academy Cohort 2. We have limited seats available. There's only going to be 40 seats available in Cohort 2, and 19 of them have already been taken from companies that were part of Cohort 1. This is independent dealers, this is also distributors, and it's also manufacturers. So as we go to open registration for Cohort 2 of the OSR Academy, I wanted to introduce some of the most important concepts to you ahead of time. So you can learn from them, you can share them with your team, and you can see if they're valuable. And if it's a fit to join the program, fantastic. We'd love to help you. If not, that's okay. Learn the insights and apply these to the team, and they're gonna help you be successful. Arguably, the most important skill that we teach anyone when it comes to selling is this idea of pain quantification. And that means at the beginning of the relationship, when you hear about someone who's in pain or is struggling or is not working well with their current supplier, instead of rushing right in and trying to be the hero in this story, our salespeople, we need to take a step back and ask a series of questions to quantify the pain that they're in. But before we dive into pain quantification, and I'm gonna give you 2 training assets. One of them is a freely downloadable audio clip, which is a voicemail from a fictitious builder who has a series of problems, and a worksheet that you can use to quantify the pain they're in. There's this concept we come back to over and over and over again, which we describe as the NFPOs, which are the needs, fears, pains, and opportunities for growth. And we need to, every single day, make sure that we have a list in the top of our minds, despite all the dynamic market conditions we're in. So many things are changing. The needs, the fears, the pains, and the opportunities for growth continue to be consistent. And when we deliver value to improve the outcomes of the specific challenges people have, the builders and their NFPOs, that is when we get business faster, at higher margins, and we make selling more enjoyable and easier. So now that you know the NFPOs, needs, fears, pains, and opportunities for growth, and you can document those, how does the pain quantification work? Well, I started thinking about this concept differently from a writer that I follow who helps other writers write better, if that makes any sense. And his name is Steven Pressfield. And this little booklet here was titled, Make Your Hero Suffer, right? So why would you want to make your hero suffer? Well, let me give you some evidence. Luke Skywalker suffers. Rocket Raccoon suffers. Even James Bond suffers. The trick for us writers is knowing how and why to make our heroes suffer. And the first thing we tell salespeople is, you're not the hero. Your customer, your prospect, they're the hero. The reason we need to make our heroes suffer is so we know what's at stake. We know why it's worth our time. And for us, in the building community, we need to understand if someone has a $1,000 problem or a $20,000 problem or a $100,000 problem. The way that we approach that can be different, and it should be different. You can offer different levels of value depending on the outcome that you will deliver. Now, I can tell you as a former area purchasing manager for a national home builder, my daily goal was to keep all the value and just squeeze the price. And you know this happens. When you quantify the pain up front, that gives you significantly more leverage and power much later during the negotiation phase. However, the pain quantification must be done first. So that means we need to ask more questions. We need to do some back of the napkin math. So how do you do that? What we're gonna make available to you is this audio clip of a voicemail that comes in from a builder named Jimmy, who's got lots of issues. And we've created a worksheet for you to download as well to share with your team. So the training exercise available to you is to play the voicemail one time. Just play it once, make people listen, right? Make notes, and then to go through this process of quantifying the pain that Jimmy is in. If you do this consistently and to develop this habit, I promise you, you will sell more at higher margins. Too many salespeople want to rush in and be the hero and immediately solve the problem and ask too few questions. So the pain quantification, building on this concept of NFPOs, needs, fears, pains, and opportunities for growth, is an immediate way for you to upgrade your sales game and that of your sales team. So download the tools, use them with your team, quantify the pain, make your heroes suffer, and you will sell more at higher margins. Now, in the next video, again, we're gonna give away more content that we built just for the OSR Academy. You're going to be able to read a custom case study involving a real builder in Cleveland with other fictitious aspects. It's really fun. We've started writing our own custom case studies specifically for the OSR Academy. Now, when the offer comes, yeah, this is not a cheap date. The investment for this is $18,495 for the 12-month program. It's online and off, small cohort, and that also includes attendance at our 2.5-day sales fundamentals workshop that's held every April. So there's a lot there, and I know the biggest objection is it seems pretty steep. And I would challenge you to think about what's the cost of not training your salespeople. If you had confidence, you could put in this program and we would send you back someone 12 months later who was confident, ready to crush it, and knew all the selling fundamentals, including the pain quantification. What would that be worth? How long would it take to get the return on that investment? So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, do not hesitate to send them to me directly at Bradley Hartmann Co. And in this next video, we're gonna give you access to this LBM case study, more training materials to share with your team. Thanks for watching.